I think we're going to get very animated in the commentary box here, because the last race of the day, it's a gutbuster, like you say, Mark. We've got the Temple Challenge Cup for student men's ace, Oxford Brookes University A on the left-hand side of your picture on the Berkshire station, and Harvard University over on the Buckinghamshire station.
Two big rowing schools coming head-to-head in the semi-final. One from the US and one from the UK, nothing better than that.
The Crimson Clash, I want to call it, the Burgundy Blowout, whatever you want to call it. We've got Harvard here on the near side, Oxford Brookes over on the far side, and this Harvard 8 here has been tipped as one of the top lightweight, well, it is the top lightweight combination in the country over in the United States of America. But Oxford Brookes here will take the measure off the island to take the lead here in this semi-final.
Yeah, and you can see that the calibre of this kind of Brookes 8, you know, that's why it's their A boat, it's their top boat in this particular event. Really taking control of this semi-final as they kind of start to move away from Harvard.
Yeah, they're just starting to push away here from Harvard University, and Cox there, Alexandra Bahenko for Oxford Brookes took a quick glance around as they came past the marker just to see how close Harvard were to staying in contention. But the Harvard crew punchy, they're keeping it the rating nice and high, which I guess characteristic for a group of lightweights.
Yeah, it's always seemed that lightweights rate quite high, but you're seeing heavyweight crews race like that. It's really changed the dynamic of what people are doing. You know, the cadence is staying much higher than well. When I think back to when I was racing, it wasn't as high as it is now. But maybe these athletes are just better and fitter.
Possibly. Now, in terms of kind of history in this event between these two institutions, Brookes and Harvard, there is plenty. This is actually, Mark, a rematch of the 2002 Temple Challenge Cup final, where Oxford Brookes faced Harvard, and it was Harvard that won back in that 2002 matchup, and then back in 2001 as well, Harvard were also in the final. But on this occasion, Oxford Brookes are proving that they're the ones to beat still.
Yeah, and I do think the Brookes program is in a much different position than it was in the early 2000s, as depth as where they are in the top compared to where they used to be, which is where it should be. It should be evolving, getting better. And obviously that maybe have been the Harvard heavyweight crew that came over rather than the lightweights. You never know, but you don't see them here as often as they used to be. But obviously the depth of what Oxford Brookes has been showcased across numerous events in kind of men and women.
Yeah, and you're right, we've not seen Harvard in recent events. They actually, the last time we saw them in a final of the Temple Challenge Cup was that 2002 race. So it's been over 20 years since we've seen Harvard in the final of the Temple.
Which is surprising, because, you know, you think of them as an essential part of Henley every year, don't you? You're used to seeing Harvard compete here and race. Send them over more often, Harvard. Get them over more often.
Yeah, come and race more often, Harvard. We would love to see Billy Boyce, if you can send your crews over, that would be absolutely fantastic. Oxford Brookes here with a clear water margin over a crew that has, as I say, been hotly tipped by a lot of people as one of the best lightweight crews in the world. But Oxford Brookes, they are no strangers to the Temple Challenge Cup. They are the current holders of this event, and they've faced US competition on so many of those occasions. Over the last 2 years, actually, they've had US finalists to go up against, and also back in 2016, 18 and 19 they've beaten Americans.
Do you know, that's something I love about Henley, is that, you know, you've got your domestic kind of races where you will race each other, and if you think about internationally, the World Cups are, but Henley's like the unknown, because you wouldn't have raced these crews before. This is the one and done, basically. Are we going to get it right? Are we not? You try and plan for the best race strategy, but you've got to be flexible in the moment, because you have no idea what they're going to do, what they're capable of.
Yeah, exactly. You have no idea what they're capable of, and Harvard are continuing to try and close the gap desperately to keep them in the competition. But Oxford Brookes, no desperation or any signs of there on the Berkshire station. Beautiful stuff here from Marine Arnech, Jack Cooper, Edward Lamanovic, Benedict Newton, Domenico Arnech, Callum Gilby, Travis O'Neill and Blaise Ivers-Droe. And actually, I've just remembered that I've got a great stat about Travis O'Neill, who actually learnt to row over at Newport in the States. He's in the Brookes A, and he's racing against another guy he used to row with at Newport, who's in the Harvard crew, Ryan McCarthy, who's in the 3C. So if you're tuning in the US, good afternoon. Your two athletes from Newport in these two different crews. It's going to be the Brookes athlete Travis O'Neill in the 7th seat that triumphs in that Newport battle, but it's Oxford Brookes that win the Clash of the Crimsons, the Battle of the Burgundies in this final race and the final semi-final here at Henley Royal Regatta. It is only finals left to come here with one day more.